We're glad you're with us this evening. I'm Terry Brewer. Lynn Brooks has the evening off. Topping your news tonight, the Alabama Crimson Tide remains undefeated after bringing down the Tennessee Vols. And next is what many consider the game of the year, BAMA versus LSU. A look at how fans are already looking toward that game 2 weeks out is in our top story tonight at 5 o'clock. The Tide rolled over the Tennessee Vols before a sold-out crowd at Bryant-Denny Stadium Saturday. Most Crimson Tide fans expected a blowout, and before halftime, that didn't seem like it was going to happen. But a different Crimson Tide team came out of the half and beat the Vols 37-6. So far this season, the Tide has allowed only a maximum of 14 points from an opponent when they played Arkansas. Now the Tide is gearing up to take on the LSU Tigers. Last year, LSU came out on top down in Death Valley, winning 24-21. Both teams are off this week. They'll battle it out on the gridiron in Tuscaloosa on Saturday, November 5th. UA Gameday operations says they're ready to match the hype with additional personnel. Gina Johnson says she's confident the city will be ready for the #1 versus #2 showdown.
We are bringing in extra folks to work. We're bringing in extra.
Now, if you are not able to be in Tuscaloosa for that huge SEC matchup, it will be televised Saturday, November 5th at 7 p.m. WVUA Sports Director Gary Harris will have much more on the Tide coming up in Alabama's home team sports. On your Crime Watch, 3 people are under arrest in connection with a brawl at a Tuscaloosa restaurant. Early Sunday morning, a scattered, smothered situation broke out at the Waffle House on McFarland Boulevard, but it had nothing to do with food. Police say it happened around 2:30 Sunday morning. You're looking at video of the fight caught on tape. Authorities say the fight stemmed from a robbery earlier this year. Sergeant Brent Blankley said the suspect saw the victim in the Waffle House, and that is when the fight started. Police say they've identified 5 suspects and arrested 3 people, 21-year-old Brandon Harper, 19-year-old Justin Harper, both from Tuscaloosa, and a 17-year-old juvenile. Both adults suspects are charged with disorderly conduct. Blankley said the video was key to leading to those arrests.
We actually used the video as evidence. We got very clear pictures of him. He got very close to the camera while he was talking to it, and basically it had probably the reverse effect of what he actually wanted, which led to his own arrest.
We're cooperating with the local police in their investigation. We're always, checking on any type of videos that are posted, that are related to our company, so we're always looking into those.
Now, if you have any information on the other suspects, you can call Crime Stoppers 205-752-STOP. That number again, 205-752-7867. Also on your home team Crime Watch, Tuscaloosa police have arrested a man in connection with a robbery. Officials say 25-year-old Michael Jonathan Weaver is charged with 1 count of robbery. Authorities say it happened around 11 o'clock Sunday morning at the Shell Food Mart on Skyland Boulevard. The cashier told officers a suspect came into the store with something draped over his arm as if he were concealing a weapon. Officers say the suspect demanded money and then left the scene. Investigators located the suspect later the same day at the Speedco on Buttermilk Road. After further investigation, he was arrested and taken to the Tuscaloosa County Jail. Hundreds of people crowded an Alabama church to pay their respects to the civil rights pioneer, the Reverend Fred Shuttleswoth, today in Birmingham. A number of civil rights leaders and dignitaries were there. The funeral wrapped up a weekend of services honoring Shuttleswoth. He is known for his courage in speaking out against segregation in the 1950s and 60s. Shuttleswoth survived beatings, bombings, and was jailed more than 30 times. He also helped found the Southern Christian Leadership Conference with Martin Luther King Jr. and other civil rights leaders. Governor Robert Bentley was one of many who spoke about Shuttlesworth's legacy today.
The Reverend Shuttleswoth is a man most remembered for action. When someone said action speaks louder than words, I believe they must have surely been referring to Reverend Shuttleswoth.
Shuttleswoth is also being honored today in another state. Ohio's governor has ordered flags to be flown at half-staff at the State House in honor of the civil rights leader. Shuttleswoth lived in Cincinnati for many years. He died October 5th after an extended illness. He was 89 years old. The Northport Police Department said goodbye to one of its officers today. The department held a funeral for K-9 Officer Belo. He died from injuries he suffered in the line of duty earlier this month. Officers say police officer Darren Miller and Belo were responding to a call for assistance, and on the way to the scene, Miller and Belo were in a car crash. Northport Police Chief Robert Green says because of Belo's outstanding service to the department, they wanted to honor his life. Miller said Belo loved his job.
It was very fitting. He deserved it. He deserved everything about it. He worked really hard for the city and never gave up. He went down doing exactly what he liked to do.
People couldn't believe that I was going to have services for our fallen officer, but you know, he did us a great job, and he was one of the boys, and we wanted to show our respect.
Officer Miller says he hopes to have another K-9 officer within 6 to 8 weeks. On your Health Watch, the fight against breast cancer. Right now, DCH Cancer Center is providing free breast cancer screenings for women with little or no health insurance. Tonight's event is geared toward Hispanic women. The center plans to have translators to help attendees fill out paperwork questionnaires about family breast cancer history. Officials say regardless of immigration status, women from the Hispanic community should attend. Organizers say it's open to other women too. Dr. Ariel Anguinano says breast cancer affects the Hispanic community the same as other races, but because of the lack of health care, Hispanics have a higher risk.
I would say that Hispanic women have less screening opportunities. There are folks that we see that have never seen a physician, have never had a breast exam, have never had a mammogram. So, you know, I would say that there are higher risks among Hispanic women to have more advanced disease because they don't have access to the screening.
The breast cancer screenings are going on right now at DCH Cancer Center until 7 o'clock. For more information, you can call 205-343-8493. The DCH Cancer Center is hosting another breast screening this Thursday, October 27th, that will happen at the Maud Watley Health Center from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. Call the number on your screen for more information. In national news this evening, Dr. Conrad Murray's trial could go to the jury by the end of this week. Murray is on trial for the death of Michael Jackson. Because of this, Janet Jackson is interrupting her concert tour and heading home. Jackson's concert promoter says it's important for her to be with her family at this critical point in the trial. The defense is currently presenting its case. Jackson's 3 concert dates originally scheduled for this week in Australia have been combined into one big concert on November 3rd. In a statement, Jackson thanked her fans for understanding, saying when she planned the shows, the trial schedule was completely different.